Now, once we've gone and segmented our consumers and our products, and we've gone ahead and done research to identify what the potential is for each of those segments, we then have to decide on, well, what segment is the most attractive or has the most potential for us as a firm. And this is the idea of selecting your target market. So this can be a tricky thing because you don't want to select a segment that doesn't gain you enough consumers, but we also can't choose so many segments that it's not cost effective. So what are some of the criteria that we want to use when we're considering what segments to actually target? Well, the first thing is going to be the market size. So how many consumers are within that segment? Are there enough consumers there that we can have substantial revenue and earn a substantial profit? We then want to look at the expected growth. So is that group of consumers expected to grow in the near future, or is it potentially shrinking? If that market segment is shrinking, that's probably not a great place for us to invest for our product. We also want to consider the competitive position. So how many competitors are going after this same group of consumers? It's going to be more difficult for us to have people buy or can have consumers purchase our product the more competition we have. Also consider the cost of reaching that segment. Again, we talked about this earlier, so we want to make sure that there is some cost efficiencies in order to reach consumers within the segment. And then the compatibility with the organization's objectives and goals. So does it actually align with or does this group of consumers actually align with what the company itself is striving for? So next slide kind of brings these all together, but if we talk about market size, so if it's too small, it won't be profitable enough, and therefore it's not worth selecting that segment. Expected growth, I talked about this already. If it's small, maybe it's going to be huge in the future, or maybe if it's too big, it could be shrinking. The less competition, the more attractive that segment's going to be. If it's too difficult or costly to reach the segment, then it may not be profitable in the end for you. And then compatible with the organization's objectives. If it's not compatible, then we likely don't want to go after this segment because it doesn't align with what your firm stands for. Now, once you've selected the segment or segments to target, you have to create marketing strategies that best align with these segments. And to do this, marketers need to assess how to best position the product for the target segment. Now, one thing to remember when we talk about positioning is that positioning is in the mind of the consumer. And this is tricky for a lot of people to understand, is that we have to understand how a consumer perceives our product compared to our competitors in the marketplace.